Prisoner for AMC, 30 seconds, 36, 98, AMC, ERI, 22.
God, if this girl only knew how much airplay she was getting.
She'd send us a bill.
No kidding.
Prisoner for AMC, 30 seconds, stereo mix, 98, AMC, ERI.
Are they still doing that show?
Yeah.
Really? Because I had heard, and I thought justifiably so, that this thing was long gone. I mean, I liked it for a minute. You've heard the expression hot minute? It was more of a lukewarm minute.
C'est le Lounge Show avec Rob Scott et Bob Doyle, deux diffuseurs vétérans qui aiment s'entendre parler et qui réussissent d'une manière ou d'une autre à se supporter. Voyons si vous pouvez les supporter aussi bien. Voici Rob et Bob.
I don't know. Why do we play that in French week after week?
I like that she says the name of a character from Caddyshack.
Does she? Who? What?
Yeah. Wang. Remember?
Did she say Wang?
Well, it's actually the word is like Cecil the Wang. It has a Wang at the end. Made me think of Caddyshack.
She has a Wang at the end. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Lounge Show.
Welcome to the Lounge Show.
I am Bob Doyle, even though now it says it. I'm in Las Vegas. That is a true fact. Rob Scott is in Atlanta, also a true fact.
Yes, indeed.
And each week at night, Amber asked me today if we scheduled the show at that time because of this song, and like, why was that song so important to us?
No, we didn't.
So now it's just a happy
why did
accident.
We schedule it for 9 o'clock on a Saturday?
Yeah, I don't know why. She said, "Why not Friday?" Or why did we choose Saturday? And I really just I figured because you work.
Yeah, but I wasn't working then. I was out of work at the time.
At that time, really?
Yeah, that was COVID was on, and
COVID was on every channel.
Yeah.
Play it one more time.
It's 9 o'clock on a Saturday.
I feel like I've got it.
It's 9
I do.
o'clock on a Saturday.
So, don't that just
Oh,
that,
yeah, you like that last note.
Oh, have I
Don't.
talked about that before?
Once or twice.
Oh, I've probably done it way too many times.
But
That's
no, we
unfortunate.
did not. Amber, to answer your question, we did not choose the time and place for the lounge because of a Billy Joel song.
No, it was a happy accident that he had happened to know that the Lounge Show was in the future, and he wrote it for us in anticipation. And then he had to make up this whole other thing about being a piano player in a bar. But it worked out well for him, actually.
It did. Yeah, I think whatever happened, did he do okay with that song? Did that help?
I think he did another album or another record, or he did something.
Okay. Good for him.
Yeah.
Because that's tough. You got to have chops. Speaking of him and chops, I always remember him saying that with that video, that viral video where the kid comes up and accompanies him at Vanderbilt University or whatever.
I don't know this one.
Oh, so it's like a 5-6 minute video. It's YouTube. You go there and you'll see 14 billion views. But anyway, he was doing a seminar, apparently, Billy Joel was, at like Vanderbilt, and there were people recording, and he took a question, and the guy goes, I'd like to accompany you in New York State of Mind, if you don't mind. And
Maybe
so
I've seen this.
Yeah, I think you have. And Billy Joel goes, oh, okay, sure. And everyone's screaming and going nuts. And he comes down and he says, what do you play, piano? And the kid goes, yeah. And Billy Joel goes, what key? And he goes, what key do you want? And everyone, ooh. Yeah. But he actually crushed it. He did a great job. And I always thought, there's a life memory there, man. You're allowed to say that his buddies hate that story now. He has told that story so many. Did I ever tell you about the time with Billy Joel? Only a million times. Right. But that's so Bill, and he also now that you got me wound up on Billy Joel, sold out Madison Square Garden like for 150 shows or something. He signed like a contract with them, and he did like a ton of shows there, and everyone sold out.
He probably made
like a resident.
I bet he made like $2,500.
Oh, easy.
I mean, you figure he's Billy Joel.
Right. Any guy with two first names.
Man, what are you doing here?
Yeah, so anyway, so this is the lounge, and it's 9 o'clock on a Saturday, and he's Bob and I'm Rob, and we're rusty. We haven't done the show, but a couple of times in the past 5 or so weeks, I think.
But let's face facts.
It isn't a show.
I got all over me, and I don't know where my contact went.
You know, I still get mileage out of that story, except that part. It doesn't resonate. I got shit all over me, and I don't know where to put my contacts.
Right.
But just explaining the concept of
That
the
way,
birthday
people don't enjoy that part.
It's no, they do. Somehow, if you could rewrite the story and have it about 2/3 of the way through, and then finish with him just going and the hickey, the whole thing. That is one of the all-time of all my college experiences that Jim Mellinger, Mel, at like 3 a.m. says, "Let's give him a birthday cake."
Now, of course,
And
we
Lloyd-
can't mention names.
No,
on
that
this story.
I use the nicknames there, Mel.
No, I know, but we certainly can't.
No, not the victim.
Not the victim.
Not the guy who was celebrating a birthday.
Right.
But boy, oh boy, was that funny to watch. At 3 in
It
the
just
morning.
seems like, I think I need to AI that. I need to kind of like my impression of what that might have looked like.
But
Oh.
I've told people this thing, and then I go, and then you get a glass, and we didn't know where he was going with this, and he lights the matches and puts it with the peanut butter, and then the glass goes on top, and the skin gets sucked in.
Ah!
Yeah, and it won't come off. It's really on there, man. It's like pure physics.
It's just such a. It's just only in your life would anybody ever do something like that. That is so like TV movie or something. Like, guys, that's science. It's sticking the tongue on the pole. It's like a Christmas story. Oh, where you're old man. No, light the candles. We'll see.
Let's give him a birthday cake. What do we need? We need a pack of matches, a thing of peanut butter. It was like a MacGyver episode, and a glass, like an 8 or 9 ounce tumbler, and okay. And we gathered up the ingredients, and there it was. And then we laughed so hard. I
Oh no!
laughed so.
No, I am.
And then-
Oh,
And they did because he passed out again, so we did it again.
Rob,
What?
half of that was missed because you
Oh.
glitched.
What a shame! I was doing well with that story.
Yeah,
I think I
yeah,
was
but
telling it well.
I forgot I forgot you did it again.
They did it again. Let's do it again. And we all just laughed again. Yeah. And then they spread more peanut butter and used a whole nother pack of matches. And then used the Beatles' White Album to shield from the heat, because that's what woke them up the first time, was the massive amount of heat from lighting a whole pack of matches, that is stuck into peanut butter on your chest.
Boy, you guys are 8 years old in 20-year-old bodies or whatever. That is like the most ridiculous behavior.
It is. It is. And it was so stinking funny. Gosh,
I am so
mean,
glad I didn't have friends like that. Really. I like hearing your stories, but I would not have enjoyed any of that.
There was a rule. There was a hotel rule. Everyone knew the rule. You can't pass out downstairs. You must get upstairs into the bathtub, on a bed, in the hallway, but you must get upstairs to pass out. And he passed out on the couch. And it's 3 a.m. It all kind of tracked at that time.
I don't care. It is the worst behavior to do that to another person.
Yeah, God, it was funny, Bob.
I know.
Really.
Again, it's funny to hear about, but man.
Yeah, he didn't enjoy. I don't think he enjoyed it, but it wasn't permanent. It's not embarrassing. It's just that there's a hickey on your belly for like a week. That's about like this big around.
I love the idea of getting like YouTube to summarize this episode and like what we're talking about for the first 10 minutes.
Right.
And how because it's so vague.
It
we're
is.
not really, here's the thing, but you're sort of mementoing it a little bit.
But if it was AI or something, it would probably key on birthday cake, and that would be all wrong too. It would like try to discern,
I'd
with
love
that,
to
all that
understand.
massive-
I'm going to have to do it. I did actually. I did do a AI summary on one of our random minutes, and they're all. Of course, you go to YouTube There's no meaningful title. There's no meaningful description. There's no way to know what the hell went on in any particular episode. But I can click this little magic summarize button, and it will watch the episode or whatever and tell you. And at first I thought I got it wrong because it said, host Billy welcomes you to the lounge show. Billy. But then I remember we used that Billie Eilish opening. And it's like, hey, this is Billy, you know, and they talk. And so, yeah, so it actually did get it. So it's kind of funny to read, you know, the summaries of just our ridiculous nonsense.
Well, it is that. It was. We always say it's a phone call with an intro.
That's right. And again, now since we're exclusively on YouTube and my Facebook, you know, my Facebook.
Okay.
This is regular. This has been on my Facebook timeline for 4+ years, right?
Yeah.
And I used to do a lot of stuff, but I mean, nothing I do on Facebook gets any reach except to like the same 11 people anymore, because I don't know why, because I just post very erratically. It's like, it's just an AI animation that I think is interesting, or I'll tell, you know, it's just sort of I did this today, I'll throw it up there until I put it in a YouTube video or something. Man, I have to tell you,
yes,
the video I did for tomorrow or Monday or whenever she gets it done. Actually, I guess it'll be Tuesday because we've got something for Monday. Anyway, the weirdest. I mean, I'm like, should I post this? Because
really?
It's an AI animation technology that. Anyway, I just was pushing it because it's not. It allows.
You're doing really poorly with you're saying that very poorly, Bob. You really haven't even had liftoff yet. You're not even in the air. You're still just kind of tumbling down the runway there. But I'm from what I can tell, what I can gather is it's AI based.
And and some of the content is just straight up disturbing. And part of the reason is because a lot of models don't let you do what I did. And this is sort of and because of the nature of this model is that it's actually free and open source and anybody could run it on their system if they had the horsepower. And I do, except with the horsepower that the system online that it's running on, it does everything it does like so fast that it's like, wow, I can really afford to experiment, and just because it takes no time. So I was just pushing it with all these crazy ass prompts, like nuns holding a chicken that explodes into a cloud of red liquid. I didn't even say blood. I wasn't pushing it that much, but you know, just got all these crazy, really surreal. I just pushed like roadkill, like vultures eating a carcass on the side of the road, and it's just fun. It's
the
just
things that pass through your brain just on a random basis is always fascinating to me.
Yeah,
even just what you said there, like 3 sentences. You know, if you were in a shrinker's office, they'd be scribbling furiously on their notepad.
Yeah, I often think that my AI videos where I do these prompts for both music and, like I just said, there's somebody out there going,
Yeah, nuns with kittens or whatever you had. Nuns doing.
with chickens, holding chickens that explode. Yeah,
exploding chickens. Yep.
Oh, and this video has. And I give like 3 minutes of trigger warnings. I say if there's people eating bugs, there is a dentist drill going into a tooth, like stuff that just makes my skin crawl. But I wanted to see if it would do it, and it generates these things in like 2 minutes. So I was like, all right, well, what about this? What about this? And here's the kicker: the same platform will now, if you so choose, you can click add sound, and it kind of watches the video and tries to create a sound effect track that is appropriate. Most of the time, it is just weird, and especially with these videos. And
it'll actually like give you a mini score of your.
So this is the sound effects part, more the Foley. Okay. Sometimes it throws music in. When we're done, when we're not broadcasting, I'll play it for you if you want to see it. Although it's 6.5 minutes of just 5 second. It's 5 seconds, 5 seconds, 5 seconds, 5 seconds.
Now I may do that on a link version.
I'll send it to you.
When I have the time
I'll just send you when I post the video tomorrow, I'll send you the link to that, and then you can just watch it then whenever. But the point is like it's so different than anything I post on the channel, because I'm generally extremely, and I'm not monetizing it or anything like that, because it would, if I didn't demonetize it, they would. because as the nature of it. So there's no money to be made from it, but I'm curious like what it's going to do, because it's so. I give warning after warning. It'll be in the description. There's every possible trigger. Don't watch. It's basically this video is unwatchable. It's
Right.
kind of the hook on the thumbnail. Will be just
Although don't eat the apple. You see that
that's what
disclaimer
I'm saying.
could
Yeah.
actually.
I will get them in.
Yeah.
And it is like, and the dentist thing I say if dental stuff like drills going into teeth bothers you, then definitely don't watch till the end, right?
Is it safe?
Yeah. So it's anyway, yeah, it's just on my mind because it's like I don't know how. It'll be interesting to see how it's received, but I do give it plenty of warning.
Well,
And,
I'm looking forward to the the data after it's had a chance to get out there and circulate for a bit.
Yeah.
But the original,
And I hit 60,000 subscribers today.
Oh, congratulations! I went and saw Samantha's new home today. The house that they will be buying in a few weeks. They'll close.
Wow.
And
now where is it?
It's in Dallas, Georgia.
Oh, so you're back.
So it's out by where she's been living for her first apartment, her second apartment, where Kim is out there and Mark, they're out there. It's all in that zone of the world. Kim is like 10 minutes away, and it's New Hope, which is like Buckhead. It's not an actual.
How far is it from you?
Less than 20 minutes. Call it 20 minutes.
Oh, really?
Go out. Yeah, just get on Dallas Highway and go down for a little bit, and then you turn on. You make a right and you wind through some nice wooded, typical, really pretty Georgia stuff, and then it's right there, and it really looks like the Favorwood house. It's brick ranch. Yes, it's a brick ranch with a carport. Come on, it's like the Favorwood house. There's a backyard, except it is pretty much the Favorwood. I mean, not exactly the floor plan. But you could, if you went there, you walked up that driveway, you would say, "Oh yeah, I see."
So freaking transported there right now.
Yeah, that's
like I'm
kind of
right
an unsung
in
hero,
that. Yeah,
that house.
that
that
you
house,
said carport.
Yeah,
That's
when
like
you went.
yes.
Remember,
I can smell it.
I wanted you to put drawings on the wall in
Yes,
that carport
yes.
laundry room, and I was going to put frames around them. That was my idea.
Yeah, yeah. I remember the London Bridges night for sure.
That was good.
And
that's
then,
still in my head.
But just lots of just sitting out there on that deck with you guys, and I can feel the humidity of Atlanta. It's like, man, that really got in there.
Isn't the brain neat that way? When there's a video, I've sent you the link of the footbridge in Eau Claire.
Yeah.
And I will watch that sometimes. I'll just watch it. I'll put it on full screen, and just for a moment, it's more than just looking at it. Like I don't want to say him transported or anything somewhere in time crap. All I'm saying is, like, I feel like it's more than just, I remember that.
Oh yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. That's kind of what that was, especially when you
had that right then.
Right. As soon as you said carport, it was just
because that's also where you shot a lot of the footage for the video for my birthday. When
yes,
it's
a well-documented It's a well-documented carport, and the beer drinking contest.
Yeah,
beer drinking contest. It wasn't a beer drinking contest.
No, it was not. No,
it was beer tasting.
You went there.
Beer tasting.
Yeah, guys were doing pitchers at a time. Just slamming, shotgunning beers.
I mean, I'm only laughing because we were definitely too old for that at that time when we had that.
Well, yes and no. I think we still slammed a beer.
No, we did, but to have a contest around it with women, with the wives and everything, that was not going to be happening.
No, we wouldn't have done that.
No.
But it was Booties and Brew.
It was? Oh, because a baby was involved.
It was a baby shower.
No,
froze up. See,
you froze up. All right, so you should be good for a few minutes. It was a baby shower.
It was a baby shower, and I said, "No guys will come." I said, "This will suck for me."
I totally forgot that it was a baby shower. Like,
and that's why we had the beer tasting so that guys would come, and Charles and Jim Sly won
with the cheap beer,
Michelob, that he bought at the gas station on the way because he had forgotten. And so,
no, with the lockup
on the way. I caught that one too. I just, so he was on his way, and I think he said it was a Citgo, And he went in there and got a 6-pack of Michelob. People were bringing like these $14, $15, $18, $20
Yeah,
bottles.
I don't remember what
there
we brought.
It is.
Yeah,
Look
I found
at that.
I found the link. Yeah, there's activity going out down there.
Yeah, the cars
So
going
tell them
over
what
the-
tell them what that is.
Okay, so this would be the footbridge and on the campus at the University of Wisconsin Eau Claire. That rectangular building there is the Fine Arts Center, where I spent a lot of time because the radio station was there. And to the left of that is a building, and that's the nursing building. And then a little further on in that direction, you're on Water Street, and that is the main drag of bars. And that is the Chippewa River that's almost completely frozen over. And that river feeds the Leinenkugel Brewery.
Hey, now you're an all-star.
Yeah. And it's
Leinenkugel.
very cool. I should look right now. I could look pretty quickly on my phone here, and let's see. Eau Claire currently we are it's a balmy 27 degrees there right now. So it's pretty nice there. But yeah, I crossed that bridge many, many times. This camera.
Did you cross it when you got to it? Because that's what is highly
Yeah, that
recommended.
well, there was
You
there's
hear people say
right.
that's what you should do, and I just wondered if you took that opportunity.
I did. The first time I didn't know what to do, but someone explained it to me. I was a freshman. I didn't know.
Right, you cross that bridge when you get to it.
When we get to it.
Oh,
Oh, now that makes sense because I was crossing it here in the bathroom in the dorms. That didn't make any sense.
right. Or I'd get to it and then not know what the hell to do.
And not know what to do, just stand there. Yeah. So anyway, there's a bridge. There's a bridge. You can see the cars, the traffic, and those cars will be driving along to Water Street, which was I spent a lot of time there because the Morrison Hotel, where the birthday cake was baked, is just right off Water Street. There's a McDonald's on Water Street, and behind the McDonald's was the Morrison Hotel, the back of the Morrison Hotel. So we truly were butt up against the street, and that was not
Well,
good
so
either.
does that mean that in the scope of what we see, it's back there somewhere, or no?
Yeah. Oh yes. It's easily in this shot.
Oh, okay, that's fun.
If you go just a little left of that nursing building, where you can see all the rectangular lights, the rooms are still just a little further down the road, and then go like a half a block north, and then you'd be in our backyard, in the backyard of the hotel. And there was a 7-Eleven there too. So there was a McDonald's and a 7-Eleven. Those were right out the back door of the hotel.
And I've heard stories about both those places.
Yeah.
I think.
You have, I'm sure. There was and then in the 7-Eleven there was like a little closet almost, and inside there would be one video game. It would rotate about once every 8 months, but one. It wasn't a video game like a parlor. It was one game in this little closet. And so we'd go drink a bunch of beer or smoke a bunch of pot at the hotel, and then just a handful of quarters and go play video games at the 7-Eleven, which I think was 24 hours. And the McDonald's is where we stole toilet paper from.
Right.
If we didn't have any, we would go to the McDonald's and steal theirs. So yeah, there's a lot of this. I will look at this shot, and sometimes I'll almost go, oh, I can almost feel like the chill of the air, or like what it kind of smelled. Like you said, you could smell the carport.
The water must have
that
just
is.
been so. I mean
And
that
that's
really
the
is gorgeous right there.
Isn't it stunning? It really
Yes.
is just a beautiful camp.
You,
And then, of course,
want to be there. I'd love to just transport right there into one of those paths, and walk that
Yes.
bridge. Or can you walk? That's a walk bridge.
oh yes, bikes and pedestrians, and then those little Cushman carts. The campus carts would cross that bridge too. They're like a golf cart.
Okay.
The maintenance guys, and I mean, there's no actual automobile traffic on that bridge, but bicycles. There's a bicycle lane, and there's a pedestrian lane, and that the Mahoney story and all that. So that took place on that bridge with the Supertramp thing.
Yep. A lot
So
of
that is
stuff in that picture.
There is, and I think you tell me this is your area, but I think that's a really good camera. It's a really crisp shot.
Oh yeah, it looks really nice, and it's got a good frame rate, and and you see a lot.
And it's nighttime.
Somebody placed that well, unlike unlike that. The still blurry cam.
Yeah, you would think a bunch of rich sailors would spend the money and put a good camera.
They
up there.
don't care about the internet.
But boy, this is good. And of course, now this time of year, you can even see the smoke coming out of stacks up on the horizon. And of course, that's telling you that it's cold. It's winter. You can it looks thicker. But the other day
Now,
was
is
like
now the
zero.
winter of our discontent made glorious summer by the sons of York? Is that
I don't know how everyone's feeling there, Bob. I would imagine some are discontented. I would imagine others are actually content.
okay?
I think it's a variety. It's Eau Claire, for goodness sake. Oh, look at the kitty. What's this cat's name?
Ellie.
Ellie.
Ellie loves watching TV and monitors and movement.
I saw the other day, and I didn't know this, the whole thing with cats and aluminum foil.
That they don't like it.
Yes, that they don't like it. And there's these YouTube videos where they jump up on the counter, and the second their paw hits the aluminum foil, they doing in the air like 50 feet.
Have you seen the cucumber stuff?
I did not.
They're apparently
see
also
any-
scared. They're also apparently scared of cucumbers. We've tested this. It's nothing like what you see. I didn't want to test it.
Have you ever done the tinfoil thing?
Yeah, I think we have, but not in an effort to scare them or anything. I think we put it down. I'll have to ask Amber. I really can't remember. You know, you see somebody of these videos, you can't remember if you did it or whether you saw it on TikTok.
Right. By the way, speaking of it, you because I know you're way into the whole AI and videos, and I'm seeing more and more of them. Like, if you woke up in 1603 in London, this is what your day would look like.
Okay,
And then they have all these just random shots. They look good. It looks artistically cool. But everyone is gorgeous, especially the women. They all look like they just came out of, I don't know, like Charlie's Angels. They're buxom, and nobody has any. Everyone's but other than that, it's cool renderings. I'll watch them slaughter pigs in London in 1841 or whatever.
Yeah, and so much of that stuff is completely automated. Like somebody just pushes a button and it goes and writes the script, and then it generates the video. I mean, I talk about some of those tools on my channel sometimes, but they're mostly for marketers and stuff like that. And it's not really my audience. But if I see one that's like super exceptional, and I'm actually literally working with somebody right now to help automate to create something like that of our own, like up under the Bob Doyle Media.
That'd be cool.
Where it's literally we're just tying all these technologies together through APIs and using like chat or whatever to write the stories, and then you segment out. I mean, you can teach you how to do everything, and then you make a video over here, and then you can bring it over here and caption it over here, and just all completely hands off. And that's what a lot of these YouTube people are doing. But I agree with you that. Like, I like more realistic things. I don't like it when the people are too beautiful, because it's just a telltale sign that it's AI and it just doesn't look fake.
Well, and I'm the same way about movies. If it's the Old West, I don't want to see them with these gorgeous mouthful of teeth. Are you kidding me? They're lucky if they had teeth, let alone these gorgeous pearly white. I just had them bleached at the dentist look. Or they're all veneers because they're these actors and actresses that just look gorgeous. And I'm thinking you can put the makeup on to make them look grody, but. Oh, what? Did I freeze up?
I know.
Again?
I forgot that we were still small in the corner. And
okay.
I'll tell you what the temperature is if you really want to know, because it's right here in front of me. It's 59 degrees. It's been really nice today, in the mid to upper 60s, and it's just great weather to sit out in the sun and just feel a little bit of a breeze and listen to the birds chirp.
Clear skies in 38 in Atlanta.
38.
And Yes, and I was going to show you this, Robert. This is the knife.
Oh, there it is. He's decided not to show me a picture of it.
Right. I decided and I don't know if you can see this up on the handle here.
Is there a compass in the stock?
No, there's no compass in the stock, but it
says
say,
Dad. Yes, I can see
Dad.
that. That's nice.
Yeah,
Here, hold on. Let me put you full screen so we can see the whole
and
thing.
then
There
also,
we go.
well, I don't. There's the lighting.
I do see some sort of thing there, but
the stamp here too is that the guy who made the knife actually stamps it with his logo. I don't know if we can see that. And then of course, there's the
wow,
Dad.
and it looks like it feels. Weight is great, right?
And the weight, it's very light. It's very,
is it?
They're very light.
Well, what have you used it? I'm
I
assuming
have
you've
used it. In fact, I've used it 2 different times. I made hams over the past couple of weeks just so I could slice the ham when I was done. And by the way, I don't know if I told you this, but it's the first time I've experimented or with just cooked uncured ham. Normally when you buy ham,
it's still sick when you eat it.
Yes. That's so Ralph. He used to say something like illegal. That's a sick bird. He always used to say that was one of his
No.
but anyway, so uncured ham, is less salt, so it's not as salty but you have to keep it refrigerated, and it's uncooked as well. It's not cured, and it's not. Most of the ham you buy in the store is cured and it's fully cooked.
And you just got to heat that sucker up. Yeah.
Oh, they're great. They taste great. But anyway, this is really neat. It's much more meaty flavor, not as much salt. Has much more of a ham kind of thing going on. And I can get these little 2-pounders. So that's what I did at the Kroger. They have these little 2-pound uncured. It's perfect for a week's worth of lunch. And I eat tissue paper. Tissue.
There he goes. No. Oh, jeez.
Froze again.
All right, here we go. Tissue paper thin. What were you cutting?
Ham.
Okay.
But I can already tell, like, if I make a roast beast, or turkey at Thanksgiving. I mean, this is so. It makes all the other knives on my block look like turds. This is just such a beautiful piece of craftsmanship here. It's really something.
What are you going to tell the other knives?
That he's just visiting.
But how long are you going to keep that up? I mean, obviously, after a while, they're going to say, "I think this is a pretty long visit, and we're not being used."
I don't know. I haven't thought the lie through to that extent. I'm just buying time.
Now, you haven't called them turds in front of them, have you?
No. Just
they are knives.
They are knives, and they're good knives. We got some nice knives in that. I got another Japanese knife, which my chef's knife is a Japanese knife as well. But this one is, and it's from Okinawa. How many people can say that? Well, probably 8 or 9 at least, I guess.
And with those words, Rob Scott and Bob Doyle brought the Lounge Show to another inauspicious close. Join us next week, won't you? 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern, for another edition of The Lounge Show.
You've been watching The Lounge Show with Rob Scott and Bob Doyle. Join us every Saturday at 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern, and tell your friends and family to do the same. After all, we'd do it for you if you had a show. Probably.